Hello, I'm Marcus V. Calvert, and welcome to Tales Unlimited. The disturbing thought of the day. It's a hit. It's a revenge hit, carried off by a former Russian intelligence operative, who happens to be psychic. His specialty? Illusions. So let's say you're jumping out of a plane, and he is miles away on the ground in a cafe near the airfield where you're jumping over. And he gets into your head while you're falling, and he makes you think you've pulled your ripcord. But you haven't. You think your chute's opened up and you're having a nice relaxing fall toward the earth until splat. That's how he kills you. He makes it look like ridiculous accidents, negligence, suicides. I mean, you could be typing correspondences, you think. In reality, you're typing a suicide note before you're drinking a nice hearty cup of rat poison that you found under your sink. You don't know why your tea bags are in under the sink, but that's where you found your tea bags. Wink. So now, your latest client is a Russian oligarch who's paying you top dollar to kill 6 former CIA agents. All right, well, who are these guys? Psychics, retired. Um, and actually, 5 of them are psychics. One of them's just a human. And they're part of an anti-psychic team that worked out of Langley, 80s, basically, 70s, 80s. And what they did was whenever psychics stepped on American spies, whenever they pulled like the wrong type of ops, when they basically annoyed the CIA, they send these guys and they would just bring them down or take them out. They would just go after them. Well, this oligarch's father was a human, and he ran a spy ring, and they smashed his spy ring, killed his dad. The son got rich. Now the son did his homework, got their names, has a decent intelligence package on them, and basically says, okay, I want revenge. And so it's like, okay, you take the job. Now, the thing about psychics is they can get stronger or weaker with time. Depends on their genetic makeup, health conditions, has anything happened to them, injuries, wear and tear, even medication. Allergy medication might make you stronger or weaker as a psychic. There are so many variables. So you have to be careful to do your homework because you have no idea who these guys are. You just know they are experienced, but they're retired. They might be very rusty. So you do your homework, and the information you got was verified, and it's solid. Um, One of them, human, and the reason why they had him on the team to begin with, because you were curious, like, why would 5 psychics have a human? Well, the thing about psychics is, like, if you're moving among other psychics, they might smell you coming. He was a guy who could walk up to a psychic in a crowd, conceal his thoughts based on his training, and just put a knife in somebody, a bullet in somebody. He could walk past psychic checkpoints or anti-psychic checkpoints while the other team members could not. That was his edge. Um, so he's definitely going to be the first target. The second one is a former CIA agent who had a stroke. He's in a bad way. His powers, nah. Now the other 4, however, looking at them, they're retired from the service, but they all have day jobs. They all seem to be healthy. They might be a problem. You may actually have to pick some of these guys off with a rifle rather than risk stepping into their minds. So you backtrack to this human, fat, balding guy. He runs his own shop, auto body repair shop, customization shop sort of thing. And you get into his head as he's going to work, and you decide to kill him at lunch. He's going to take his medication, and you're going to make him take the whole bottle. You're going to swap out his medication for like a box of nerds. You're going to think someone gave him a box of candy. He's a sucker for nerds, says the intelligence. So he's going to swallow a whole bottle, and then he's going to scribble an invoice, which reality is going to be a suicide note, and he's going to die. Simple. And you're in his head, you're in his head, you're in his head. Now, you can't read minds or thoughts, but what you can do is establish contact and see through a target's perception, all 5 senses. So you can manipulate them. And you have safeguards so that when you make people feel pain, you feel nothing. You know what they're feeling, you know how bad or how not bad or how pleasurable it is, but it doesn't come back to you. So you're about a mile away. and you're watching this guy do his thing, and you're waiting for him to take his lunch break, but things get busy in the shop, so 12 o'clock becomes 1 o'clock, becomes 2 o'clock, and then finally he's eating a hoagie, he's delicious, nom, 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 nom. And then you give him the illusion, hey, you want some nerds? Oh yeah, nerds are great, thanks. Sets it right down by his pill bottle, and he pops the pill bottle, and he's like, oh man, I could just eat these all day. And then he stops and goes, really, kid? Is this the best you can do? And next thing you know, you are in his mind. He yanks you out of your mind. You, wherever you are, you fall over sideways. Let's say in a crowded diner, boom, brain dead. Your mind is in his head, in a cage, shackled. And you're like, what? You're not, you're human. You're not a psychic. Well, I'm a latent psychic. I can walk past psychics. I mean, technically, I'm very human until another psychic makes contact with me. Then temporarily, I'm a psychic. Oh, when we took on heavyweight threats, everybody would just pour themselves into my head, and they would basically hang out for like a whole bunch of time, like 5 or 6 hours, like you did. And then I could copy their powers, and temporarily I could do what they did, and we would all just go like gangbusters, go like Wild Bunch on somebody. It was awesome. You, son, stayed in my head too long. You should have just walked up and shot me. You had me dead bang. Instead, you try to be clever. Now I have your powers, and well, they call me quicksand because if you stay in my head too long, I can do stuff like this to you. And he starts to make your fingers fall off, and then like makes your tongue burst into flames in your head, and the fire doesn't go out. Now, he then poof, you're whole. It's like, tell me who hired you, and I'll end you quick. Otherwise, I'm gonna dance with you all day. You may be in, and that's that. So yeah, that's a good disturbing thought. I'll stop there. That could just go on and on and on. All right. Now, I'm Marcus V. Calvert. This is Tales Unlimited. Please check out talesunlimited.net for the podcast daily, like the disturbing thought of the day or the Battery Daily Prompt. They're daily, and you should hear some of the stuff I've come up with over these past few months. Anyway, there are also book links. That'll take you straight to Amazon. Hit the link, and the books are available as print and in ebook format. Also, what are these books? Well, there's the Battery series, and each Battery series are 200 writing prompts and a little wisdom on how to write that first novel for people who've wasted years of their lives trying to write that first novel. And without a system, it is really rough sledding a lot of times, especially if you're a pantser like me. Well, this system is designed to help you write books, build your business, build your brand, and even make some money selling books before you finish your first novel. How's that for different? So, it's also good for storytellers, like game designers, evil GMs, comic book writers, screenwriters, even grizzled novelists who don't need help writing the next book. They can do it, but 200 writing prompts, and I mean unusual writing prompts, could come in handy for even a novelist looking to come up with a new series. Have at it. Also, there are anthologies that come in this website link thing. Both of them are New School Twilight Zone, 25 stories to a book. The themes are unheroic. It's about unlikely heroes, for example. Like, let's say there's a rogue, well, not exactly rogue, but very highly covert segment of the United States government, and it's been passed on and on and on, all the way back to the founding fathers, who made contact with aliens who give us technology, and the technology is supposed to keep the planet safe because not all races are benign, and America's been entrusted with looking after the planet. Well, we get word that a hostile alien race is coming our way. We can't beat them even with the toys we have. So a plan has been made to basically destroy the planet before they get here. If we don't, we're going to end up food or breeding stock. And it's better off to be dead. So they kill billions of people, take a sizable chunk of survivors and put them inside of an interdimensional bunker, tech that is completely experimental, and they defend it with U.S. Marines, and they hope that it's enough. How's that for unlikely heroes, the people who have to make this crappy decision on who lives and who dies? And then there's the Book of Schemes. All schemes. Diabolical, twisted, funny. Oof. Schemes. Something like, I don't know. Something like, oh, there's a zombie apocalypse. And a bunch of survivors find an abandoned Winchester rifle factory. There's still some, like, bullets and stuff there, guns and stuff there. So when the first zombie horde comes along, they take it out just fine. It's when the second zombie horde comes along and they're low on bullets that they have problems. Now they have to change their tactics based on past armies, from colonial Brits to the Spartans at Thermopylae. Does it work? Okay, then there's a novel series, I, Villain. Think Sin City with superpowers. Working on the 5th book now. There's this guy named Benjamin Clyde, gentleman fixer, dude in a suit. Pay him enough money and he can make your problems go away. Whether you're a government, a terrorist cell, criminal organization, private citizen, demon, he doesn't care. He has the best mercs money can buy. That's his secret. He handpicks them. He uses them like a chess master. A lot of them are the best at what they do, or they have superpowers, or a bit of both. And when the heroes were getting wiped out in clean sweep last year, he helped. And then, his luck runs out. The following year, he's forced to give up his multi-billion-dollar empire, fire all of his people, all of his cash gone, and he has to fight crime in Pillar City, which is like the superhuman crime capital of the world. And as far as anyone knows, he's just a guy in a suit, high cholesterol, and a phone. Take that away, he's nothing. Without his people, he should be nothing. Well, he didn't tell him about his Black Ops past or his superpowers that he really doesn't want to use ever again. Now he has to. And he doesn't die, he thrives. And when he thrives, he saves the world a few times. And when he does that, he's like, all right, I'll start a new business. Because people threatening the global order tend to have money. And if I kill him and take that money, well, hey, I'll have a thriving business, tons of cash, and something to pass the time. So, I'm Marcus V. Calvert. This is Tales Unlimited. Till tomorrow.